Escapism, story, and fantasy are vitally important. They are what we are good at and enjoy bringing you and intend to continue bringing you for as long as we can. But silence is compliance in the face of genuine, clear-cut evil. So for the next 60 seconds, we have one quote, and then we have one poem for you. And then we're going back to the world of Droughtland, and we're going to continue to bring you that adventure for as long as we can, because we know that it is important to make it through every day. Caleb, you had something on that?
I'd like to paraphrase a performer I saw in New Orleans around this time last year. And he closed his show out with saying, "Folks, are we ready to laugh in the coming year regardless? Are we ready to laugh regardless?" And that still sticks with me. I'm ready to face the next year regardless.
Easy times do not make for the opportunity for heroism. So consider the kind of person that you want to be, because now's the time to make a choice. And we're going to bring you now the text of The New Colossus, written by Emma Lazarus, that can be found inscribed on the Statue of Liberty, a gift from our allies, the French, after we banded together as a world to defeat fascism and Nazi ideals. Felt appropriate.
Not like the brazen giant of Greek fame, with conquering limbs astride from land to land. Here at our sea-washed sunset gates shall stand a mighty woman with a torch, whose flame is the imprisoned lighting, her name Mother of Exiles. From her beacon hand glows worldwide welcome, her mild eyes command the air-bridged harbor that the twin cities frame.
"Keep, ancient lands, your story, pomp," cries she. "With silent lips, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. These wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door."
And now, Kalon, since you're not here, you want to be the one to take us back to the adventure?
Thanks, everybody.
I forgot what my voice sounds like.
Again! Even though it's just my voice!
And now, back to the adventure.
This is a Corkboard podcast.
Now, friends, I have spent many years wandering the desert, but one of the games that I enjoyed the most in all of that time was something we call Backer Hold'em. Is anyone down for a friendly game for money of Backer Hold'em?
Well, you know, Old Gravy always is down for a good game.
I can always count on you, Old.
That's right.
I'm pretty familiar with that game. I think I'll give it a go.
I'll sit in a hand or two.
Okay, so I have these ridiculously large hands, so it'll be a little bit of a pain in the butt to shuffle. Just give me a second.
Wow. Old Gravy's been around a bit, and he's never seen a shuffle that bad.
Oh, let's try it again.
Not 3 fingers.
Let me try it again. Everyone stop watching.
3 fingers on each
Everyone
hand.
stop watching.
That's a 6 fingers total.
We'll still have to hear this criminal activity happening anyway, so. Jeez.
I'm proud of you. You're doing great.
I have these ridiculously large hands. I don't know why I have to. You have freakishly small cards, and that's on you.
We really ought to get him a big deck.
You want to get what?
Big deck.
Yeah. Well, little lady, I think Old Gravy knows where you can find something like that.
I don't
You
think you
mind
do.
your manners. That's a lady.
I would.
What? She said she wanted a big deck.
You heard what you wanted to hear.
Ma'am, I was just saying that 2 doors down, there's a printer, and they specialize in things for those who are dealing with, say, loss of vision. So they print these abnormally large playing cards, and that might be a good place to find your big deck.
All right, well,
As a,
I mean,
as a
honestly, I think we should
paraplegic-
stop by if we have a little extra cash. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, you'll see the sign over top. It says Old Gravy's Printing.
As the user of a prosthetic, I rescind my disciplines.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start handing cards out.
Put the card back in your wallet. All right, listen.
Entry 64. 41 mark 621 sons.
Hired a small group of mercenaries today. Gave them nearly everything I had left just as a deposit. Promised them twice that again when we get there safely. Hopefully everything Francois and I believe to be true about the orb is correct, or else I'll be on the hook for a lot of water to some, hopefully, very dangerous people.
Entry 65. 41 mark 623 sons.
Loaded up all the provisions today. Mercenaries are spending the night on the ship to guard everything before we load up the water tomorrow. One of the mercs asked me for the key to the wheel lock as I was leaving deck. Said it could be important if they get hit by thieves and have to move to a different berth. Clearly, they think I am a bigger idiot than I am. If the allure of the warm hearth, the fine satin sheets, and the pretty boy faces of the hostel weren't so overwhelming, I would sleep in the captain's cabin aboard my Zeppelin. My Zeppelin. It still feels odd calling it that. I'm gonna take a hot bath and then head downstairs to the saloon. Hopefully find some warm, firm boys ass to bring back up. We have much to do tomorrow, with the water transfer to complete before we can set sail.
Droughtland Book 2 features Caleb Lynn as
Alobar Banni, the undrowned warrior.
Elizabeth Muskrat as
Eegan Muriel Kennedy, fisherwoman extraordinaire.
Taylor R. as
Blokk, the one who almost drowned Alobar.
myself, Jay Muskrat, as Zavara Nabani, the young one, I guess. And finally, Kalon O. as
Orias Vale. I'm just a hunter.
all right, we made it. Book 2, Chapter 4, He Who Was Once Dead. 41 Mark 652, 20 sons after the crash of the Crown Eagle. Ingolsfeld is a city carved into the side of a cliff. Well, really a spire. One of dozens reaching from the wasteland floor towards the sky like tendrils of Baphomet herself, aching to be reunited with her long departed lover. It is, however, very far from Backerhold, the great chasm, the central cities, separated by hundreds of miles of wasteland populated by dinosaurs, dragons, cults, madmen, and of course, the native Kalvek, who have been driven to hiding or assimilation trading their culture in for that of the humans. We arrive at Ingolsfeld on level, shall we say, 11 of easily several dozen. As the levels get higher and more towards the clear and clean peaks at the top of Ingolsfeld, the average income, health, life expectancy, and all associated things goes up. So with many dozens of levels above you, we should not be too surprised to walk in on a seedy, smoke-filled bar, populated by human and Kalvek alike, dressed in accoutrement related to their various fields of manual labor and skilled workmanship. We see humans buying Kalvek drinks at the bar and sharing stories from the day's work. We see Kalvek sporting freely and openly items from their tribal heritage, worn alongside their more humanized clothes and their technology from the mines. We see various sex workers and bartenders milling about the crowd, offering their services, their companionship, drinks for anyone who may be running dry in the middle of this absolute Droughtland. And of course, we see...
He said the words! He said it! He said Droughtland!
And of course, we
Roll
see...
credits.
And of course, we see nearly free-flowing... And of course, we see nearly free-flowing hydros. At this point in this sort of a situation, it's the sort of thing that you can pick up on the bar to keep yourself hydrated enough to continue to drink and have a good night out in the absence of actual drinkable water. So it's this sort of tableau of, shall we say, stereotypes that we see the door open on, and what is a brisk and warm evening air sort of flows into the bar, displacing the small area of fog and smoke just inside the bar door. And walking in is a tall, dark, handsome man with a limp. Abby, you want to go ahead and describe your character for us?
Boots is a very tall, about 6 foot, dark-skinned man with a blonde goatee and a big fro covered by a top hat with goggles wrapped around it. He's pretty greasy. He's got a pretty ratty long coat on.
All like patched and stuff.
Yeah, he's probably got on what used to be a white t-shirt, but it's definitely seen some business, and pretty ratty pair of tweed slacks. But his most noticeable feature walking into the room is this ridiculously sized prosthetic, past the knee prosthetic. It's
on
like
which leg?
where on his right leg.
Okay.
It's like wearing one of those not cast boots, like that's just supposed to hold it in place. It's just much bigger.
I don't think it even has like an attempt at making a foot. It's just like some segmented blocks, basically.
Yeah, or more like a just big cylinder, but it's all cogged out and weird looking. Clearly, as he walks, his gait has a major limp because that thing's over encumbering. But yeah,
what's the first thing you go to get a drink or to join a game, or both? Because you could probably get a drink at a game, I guess.
Well, I'd definitely take a good look around the room, get the gist of my wares, and then if I'm definitely into a good card game, so would definitely mosey on over to the card table.
Okay. So there's like 3 card tables, I would say, in this like area of the bar, and then there's probably billiards tables like separating this area from like more card tables or whatever, and each one's doing different kind of games, but there's no official dealers. This is not the kind of place that has like a pit boss, so it's just the players calling the game and dealing out themselves. So there is one table that has an open spot you can find and quickly walk up and ask. There's let me see. There's currently 5 other people sitting here, so they got a good game going.
Do you all mind if I sit in?
You know, old Gravy's always game. Always game for Gravy.
Is your deal in, though?
We got a rule here at this table. If you join, you got to call the next hand. So here you go.
Oh, I don't mind.
Welcome to the game.
Please, pull up a seat and have a chair. Smoke and the scent of old sweaters fills the air as everyone sits around an old chipped and scraped poker table, felt middle torn and stained with the history of decades of gamblers and nights spent burning the midnight oil until midnight became noon, became midnight again. Gravy just hands you a deck of cards. What do the cards that he hands you look like?
He hands me these pretty dangerous, if I may say so, slips of sheet metal, polished nicely, and have the various suits of a regular deck of cards and numbers etched in with maybe a laser. No, they're not all uniform, so it looks like somebody just sat there and scratched these in by hand.
Gravy just stares at you as you eye this deck. Just he's like, "Come on, son, it's just a deck of cards. Let's go. What are we playing?"
Hey, I'm just admiring someone's fine handiwork.
So another one of the guys that's sitting at the table while you begin to shuffle, he goes, "Oh, I think we should give him a chance to just get comfortable. I know it is scary and intense to just walk up to a bunch of strangers and say hi. So, hi."
Stop making excuses for him and shuffle the cards.
Do you see what he's doing right now? He is shuffling the cards.
To be fair, they are a bit hard to shuffle.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Not saying nothing on your work.
Look at all the blood around the edges. These are very sharp.
They're a wee slippery, it's all.
Listen,
They're very sharp.
They were in my buddy Coulson's jacket, okay? And he got stabbed through the heart.
You'd think the cards would have protected him.
Wrong pocket.
Well, he won't make that same mistake twice.
His heart wasn't in the right place, actually. So they were in his breast pocket, but his heart he had a weird heart. It was lower than it should have been. Anyway, I'm sorry. Gravy says, "Shut up."
I'm guessing we're playing the old typical backer hold'em, right?
It is up to you.
It's your deal. You call the game.
Are you all familiar with backer hold'em?
Oh, yeah, that's what we've been playing. Go ahead.
Deal the cards.
All right, well.
So you look around the table and you see that you are sitting at a table with 5 other people. So just to your immediate right, you have the old gentleman who has identified himself as Gravy. He looks like he's a chef or a cook of some sort. He is not caked, but there's flecks of some sort of custard-looking substance on various pieces of his clothing, from his lapel all the way down to his pockets, the edges of his pockets. It sort of looks like he got jizzed on by a yellow cake.
You seem to got a little... never mind.
To Gravy's right, there is a towering and imposing tribal Kalvek who sits hunched over with these massive mounds towering over his head, his beak-like mouth pulled tight and one eye scratched through and gray with a scar disfiguring the left side of his face. And to his right, there's this really chipper young kid who's probably 20-something-ish, and he is just really excited to be there. And he goes, "So anyway, my name's Cornelius. I am, I'm a baker. Well, I'd like to be a baker. It's my dream. But right now I'm stuck, I'm stuck in the mines. And it's fine for now. But really, if I do win one of these hands, I'd really like to set up a kitchen, just a bakery, somewhere that would be nice. You could make scones.
That's
maybe.
all well and good, kid, but most restaurants fail in their first year. So just go ahead and keep it.
You ever heard of blueberries?
I actually tried this blueberry recipe.
Be mad goodness, God.
I screwed him up. I'm not going to lie. I rolled a, I rolled a 7 on him. So
They're all right, but not great.
they weren't great.
You gotta roll your blueberries in the flour before you put them in your batter.
I was told recently about this interesting thing called jackfruit.
Ooh, might stinky that one.
Jackfruit might be one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, it was a Calvecchi told me about it, actually. So
Yeah,
that makes sense.
I would imagine. Most humans cannot take its pungency.
That's what my mom used to say about her ex-boyfriend. So, sorry, that was really funny. So, Cornelius is basically shrunk between this imposing tribal Calvec and this fiery northern girl.
Northern girl. Welcome to the table. I'm Eegan. Eegan is fairly short, but long dark hair, a little pale, and kind of creepy. But kind of cool. In her opinion.
Creepy. So she's like a Tim Burton character.
Pretty much.
Sitting to
You
her
don't need to know this, but I fish for poison fish and poison lakes.
and sitting to her right is a salt and pepper huntsman with a faceplate covering the left side of his face and a bright red glowing cybernetic eye. You can also see that clearly his entire left arm has been replaced with a robotic limb that puts yours, quite frankly, to shit. Yeah.
Not even shame, just shit.
Boots' prosthetic is definitely some shoddy work. It is shit.
DIY.
DIY.
I didn't do it myself, but the person that did do it should be hanged and quartered.
All right. Old Gravy wants to know what happens when he gets a Joker. Old Gravy doesn't remember. Is that wild?
This is a folly on Dwarf. I've ever seen one.
Oh, man. I thought she was good in that. I don't know.
All right.
A little unfair if you ask me. I think she did a good job. I haven't seen it.
It'll be a D4.
D4 to Annie up.
Annie.
Old Gravy's got that.
But as you all know, it goes to the left of the dealer, so it'd be on
Me. Oh.
Oh, no, your name.
Fuck, what's my name?
Orias. Hey,
Orias.
Well, that's what you told us when you walked in. Old Gravy's got a real mind for names.
Should we go over the rules of...
I mean, I generally know the basics of poker.
I can't hear you, son.
I generally know the basics of
What
back
about
or
for the
hold'em.
players at home that might not know how back or hold'em works?
Who are you talking about? What players at home?
What about the people watching us?
Oh, them.
We're on the poker
You're
tournament.
talking about the hundreds of people, the thousands of people sitting over there listening to our every word?
Yes.
Yeah, they're waiting patiently for us to finish this game.
Well, in our special edition of Texas Hold'em, we are
What's
doing
Texas?
right backer Hold'em. We are forgoing the big and small blinds. So from the dealer, it goes to the left, and it is up to that person to bet first, and then
Hey, we
it
doing
carries on
ante?
to
And we don't ante?
nobody antes unless they want to get in. But it goes from the player to the left of the dealer to decide if they want to get in the game first.
Oh,
Can I fold?
okay. See,
You absolutely can.
Do I show them when I fold?
You do not.
Yeah, you keep it
That
till
would
the end.
ruin the game for everyone else.
Yeah, but
That
write it
would
down.
ruin the game for
But yeah,
everyone.
still write down the card. Yeah.
So, what have you dealt for us to play today?
All right, and as Boots the dealer, I have upturned a 7 of clubs, an 8 of diamonds, and a 4 of hearts.
So as you toss to the man to your left, this salt and pepper hunter, he either Annie's in or doesn't.
I'm in.
Eegan.
I'll play. Thanks.
Cornelius kind of smiles to himself and he taps the edge of his card a little bit nervously. And then he goes ahead and checks and he raises one more d4. Next, the towering tribal Kalvek consults his cards sitting tiny in his hands.
I see we came to play. I'm in, and I'll match that.
And he matches in with 2d4, bringing it to Gravy. Gravy checks his cards, and he stares at the river, and he checks his cards again, and he stares at the river, and he goes,
Come on, man. Kid, it ain't that difficult.
listen, just like a good gravy, you got to give it time to simmer. I fold.
I just can't argue with this man.
You can't stay mad at him.
Ooh, a lot of action for my first hand. I'm definitely in.
All right, let's see him.
Burning and turning. And that will be a 6 of spades.
Gravy goes, God,
Been better.
damn it, and leans back in his chair.
You already folded.
I know, that's why I said, God damn it.
Huh. Check.
Check.
Cornelius excitedly taps the table and says, check.
Kalvek looks around. I see here a collection of spineless people where I should see warriors. I raise you a D10.
Oh.
That's quite a jump.
Gravy goes, ooh.
Cowards, you say?
I did. And I'll say it again. Coward.
Well, I don't know where quite you're from, but around here, I speak with my balls, and I raise you a D20.
Cornelius, he leans back and he looks at the tribal Kalvek and he goes, yeah, where are you from anyway, man?
I wouldn't worry about it if you want to keep all your fingers.
We're just playing a friendly game here.
I really
That was
thought
really
that-
aggressive, man.
I'm sorry, I've been working on that.
You know, I walked over to this table and I said, hey, these look like some delightful individuals. And
I'm
that's how
sorry.
we could all be friends.
I've been having a rough couple of weeks, and you know what? I didn't mean to take it out on you.
What's been up?
You're right. You know what? Let's not talk about it right now.
You know, I have a lot of friends who say that I am their best sounding board and that if there's something going on in their life that they know they can come and talk to me about it. So listen, and he puts his hand like on your shoulder kind of uncomfortably, not like creepily, but like you'd rather he didn't. And then he looks at you with like these big open, like soft eyes. And he goes, please, what has been going on for the last couple of weeks? Feel free. Just let it all spill right here.
Well,
We're here to play a game, not to get to know each other, all right? I don't want to know about you before I take your money.
Well, I told you all about me. I'm just a baker with a hotter gold.
I feel,
I just got the dirtiest look from Caleb.
how dare you
feel
profane
bad.
my sweet baby
I feel
boy?
bad.
I'm kind of interested in hearing what's been going on with you as well. I've never seen much of your likes.
I have traveled this desert for longer than you have been alive, youngling. I am old as the sands itself, and I have seen things crawl into the sky that have fallen down. I have seen camps with 1,000 fires snuffed out in a single night. Where the hell would you like me to begin?
Things falling out of the sky? "41, Mark 632. And then from the waist up, he is petrified like a ancient tree. The look on his face that has been preserved for all time is one of absolute resolve and just a desperate need to protect and to eliminate whatever this threat is that he was facing. But he has unfortunately lost that challenge. Then you take a step forward and put your weight on top of this man. And as you do, your foot just goes straight through him and he crumbles underneath you.
Ooh.
That's sad. Lift me up. I want to go through this hole.
Oh, okay. Ooh, nice gun. And I pick up his gun. Is his hand still flesh?
No, it's the fingertips are still flesh.
Oh, ooh, okay.
Yeah. Eegan, you turn and you put your foot in Orias's cupped hands. And as you do, you notice that there's about a 7-foot tall Calvec standing in the door.
Hello.
You're much taller than him. Do you want to give me a lift instead?
We don't know what turned this guy into a pile of ash.
Look, he's being a chicken. How about you give me a lift up through the floor?
So wait, you want me, the menacing person who just walked through the door, to lift you through that hole? And we haven't met. You don't know me from Steve, and I don't know you from any other urchin on the street. Excuse me, I've had a hell of a day, and I'm tired of asking questions, so screw it. Okay, fine. As he comes walking over, he's like squishing, like
sloshing.
He's wet, and you start noticing that he's literally dripping.
Oh, you look like you've had a rough day, and I assume your name is not Steve.
And he kind of grabs a piece of seaweed off of his shoulder and kind of flicks it at you. Go, no. And he just grabs you and hoists you up into the hole.
I scramble right on through.
I think strength-wise, you can just literally lift her as your like comfortable weight. So yeah, you basically almost
I love the
toss
idea
her
of
up
just
there.
like throw her.
Yeah.
Just
or
like
what about
walk
one of those like one of those really cool moves where you like drop to the knee and she does the like 1, 2, 3 step and then you lift her, and like toss her
like an acrobat.
Orias, how do you respond to seeing this massive tribal Calvec walk into the room?
Initial shock, a little
and
bit
throw
terrified.
the lady with the accent.
But I move to my pistol, but don't draw. And what kind of salvage party have I stumbled into?
My name
That's Steve.
is not Steve, but I'll just go as not Steve for now.
All right, not Steve.
You need not worry
I'm
about
already having a horrible day.
I have had a worse day. I had almost drowned, and I didn't plan on it. I don't want to hear about it. We've all had tough days. Get your hand off your gun, or I shall remove your hand from your body.
Easy there. I move
Well,
my
that
hand away.
escalated quickly.
Oh, you're not here. You've been thrown.
I mean, I can look through the floor.
Okay, let's real quick give a resisted intimidation check.
Can
Awesome.
I have a D4 because I've had a very bad day?
No, you all had an equally bad day.
Take you
Not
on
true.
down.
Egan's had a pretty all right day.
Yeah,
Egan's doing fine. She got herself a new dagger.
Yeah, Alobar, you have cool under fire, so you get a 1.
3 on the D10 plus 2 plus the 4. So barely a 9.
I start off with a 6.
Okay, so you need a 3 or better on the dice.
That's looking bad for me.
I got a 3.
Okay, so it's basically a clash. So it's enough for Orias to stand down in this moment, but you haven't gained any like intimidation leverage over him or anything.
That's fine.
Alobar.
As long as he just backs down.
All right, easy. Kind of hold one hand up and holster the weapon with the other. Like, no problem here.
What
So
do I
Eegan,
find?
you fly through the floor / ceiling, depending
Jesus.
on which room we're in. You land on the planks of the floor just by the hole. Go ahead and give me a perception and notice. Let's see.
And then
Your
a 2 from
perception is 2.
perception, which would make it 5.
Okay, so 5. So you need a 4 or better on the dice, but the more you roll is going to point out more specific things for you to notice.
Okay, so here's my first one.
Okay.
I got an 8, so that would be 13.
Okay, so you get a general sense, and then you get 2 additional special things with the 11 and the 13. So you look around this cabin. The first and most obvious thing you see is the body of a young man with a nice inner city blazer with tails and really nice ornate lapels. It's got some unnecessary frilling around the cuffs, and he's got like almost a tuxedo looking shirt underneath, nice and frilly, very upper
Fancy
class
boy.
inner city. Yeah, exactly. In one hand, he is holding a pistol, just like the gentleman below. And in the other hand, he has clasped tight against his chest a small device that you immediately recognize as a Vox, which is basically a recording device. On his wrist is a wrist-mounted crossbow. Actually, very much like the druid in the Dungeons and Dragons movie. In addition to this gentleman, you see a box laying nearby that's shut, that is latched shut, and you see a mirror screen, which is like basically a tablet, except the screen part of it is like this misty swirling energy, and it's compressed down into this flat, like square device. It's how drones are controlled, and a lot of cybernetic technology and inner city technology is controlled through these devices. And the use of it is somewhere between like a language and a dance almost. Like it's a very difficult thing to get used to. It's very much like swirling of fingers and all sorts of intentionality and stuff like that involved.
Okay. I would like to take all of those things.
Okay. Which ones do you want to take first?
Well, I want to open the little box first. Is it like locked or is it just shut?
It's latched. It is not locked.
I would like to open the little box.
Okay. So it's sitting next to the young gentleman's body, and you cross over next to him and begin to kneel down to open this. And as you do, he leaps at you, grabbing onto your wrist with his hand that has the crossbow on it. His eyes flash open. They look mad and like he's in some sort of a haze. And he leaps at you, pushing you over and mounting on top of you.
Ooh,
his other hand with the Vox
just
still
met.
in it. With the Vox still in it, he rears that hand back and begins to bring it down to smash in your skull.
Maybe we could just play our game and buy the man a drink.
Cornelius kind of shuts up that and goes, I would take a drink.
Not you.
Damn.
Well, so that'd be a D10 from me and a D20 from me if you would like to stay in the hand.
This is getting expensive.
I'll fold.
So as Eegan folds and the other man checks, we are left at a table with a pretty big pot and only 3 players left. Predominantly Boots, this tall man, and this towering inferno of a Kalvek. There's a lingering pause as this stack of dice on the table gets a nice close-up shot, and then we see the Kalvek toss his final dice in.
I call.
I tell you what, how about we make a little side bet?
Gentleman's wager?
Yeah.
What did you have in mind?
If I win this here hand, you tell us what's been going on with you here recently.
All right. And if I win this hand, you have to buy everyone at the table around.
I mean, I could just waitress.
The waitress walks in and goes, yes.
Whoa, that was a lot deeper than I was expecting. Anyways, I actually don't know what you all are drinking, but whatever they've been having, I suppose. And
Another round for the table.
Yeah, and I'll take the dirtiest drink you got.
And bring out the good tequila for me.
Oh wait, I have one of those too.
I'll have a whiskey bev.
Dirtiest tequila that we can find. Okay, I got you. And
Could you maybe spit in it?
Hold the spit on mine, please.
Gravy says, "That's my niece. She's a good girl."
Can Gravy spit in it too? I just love him so much.
A touch of gravy makes everything go down better.
As the three remaining poker players lean in and hold their cards close to their chest, Boots flips the final card and reveals...
That'll be a 2 of hearts, fellows.
Trash.
Gravy once again goes, "God damn it!"
Gravy, I told you once, I'll tell you again, you are a fool.
Listen, I don't... Sometimes you fold early and you regret it, okay?
Yeah, you gotta know when.
Gravy pushes himself up and actually walks away.
Don't go. I love you.
Hey, I'll be back.
Gravy always comes back.
All right, the first player flips their cards.
I've got a 6 and a 9, so I have a pair of 6s with that.
That'll be the 9 of diamonds and the 6 of diamonds as well.
The tribal Calvec.
Pair 2s, king high.
The Calvec is showing the 2 of spades and the king of diamonds.
That's a pair of 2s, kings high.
And finally, the last player at the table checks his cards, taps them against the table, and tosses them into the center.
Well, friend, seems like you're going to be spilling your beans. That's a straight.
Nice. Oh, all right.
God
What do you
damn.
got there?
That would be a straight 4 through 8.
Bahamut, bless it.
As you say that, Cornelius leans forward in his chair and he says, "You got a story you got to tell us?"
It all started on the shores of a poisoned lake, like so many things have in the past. And it was all about a lady.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Droughtland Book 2 features Elizabeth Muskrat as Eegan Muriel Kennedy, Caleb Lynn as Alobar na Banni, Kalon O as Orias Vale, Taylor R as Blokk Kaucus, myself, Jay Muskrat, as your narrator, Zavara na Banni, Cornelius, and of course, Old Gravy. And introducing Abby Normal as...
Yeah, my name is Boots, and they weren't just made for walking.
Droughtland is played with a custom system based on Eden Studios' Unisystem, which can be found in All Flesh Must Be Eaten, CJ Corelli's Witchcraft, and Terra Primate, amongst others. Make sure and check your local game store, pick up a copy of your own. Sound effects and music today were used under Creative Commons license. Additional credits can be found in the episode description, including links for where to donate to these wonderful public libraries. Check them out and see if there's something on there you can use for your project. Thanks again for listening. I've been Jay Muskrat, your host. Make sure and check out our other Corkboard Network shows, including Classics Catch Up and Radio Heyday, available wherever you're listening right now.
still to come on Book 2 of Droughtland.
A man who reeks of central cities walks into the bar. He has a trim suit with big shoulder pieces, making it look all nice and crisp. He is annoyingly, frustratingly handsome with just rugged, shaggy hair, a thin, strong jawline, slanted eyes that speak intelligence, and chills to the bone most who see him.
My name is Captain Hirota Ginjo. I'm the captain of the Silent Javelin, the war zeppelin now docked a mere few hundred feet away.
He walks up to you and he grabs your hand and he raises it to his cold, thin lips and presses them against the back of your warm hand.
This fucking guy.
And I respond with a kind of a raised eyebrows, like, she can handle this.
Hang on, let me just go and stop the recording. Old Gravy knows when to fold them.
All right, let's go ahead and get this game going. Okay, I don't remember how to set this up.
As you say that, Cornelius leans forward in his chair and he says, "You got a story you got to tell us?"
As I said. Oh, wait. I've actually had a bit for this the whole time. Gonna do it. I have been walking the desert for at least 5 decades. Sorry. I've been waiting patiently. Okay, let me do the actual thing. I find such human trivialities to be testing, but I shall engage in it.
Trivial? Are you saying we're trivial?
What about you, Hunter?
I wouldn't say that. I would
might
say...
need a refresher on the rules. And my voice.
I will play. Well, you'll learn as we go, I suppose.
Like 95% sure your voice was just Skeeter again.